Let's talk through some communication breakdown challenges. Now, I've discussed this in some of my other channels, but I like to take slightly different angles. So, obviously, I've discussed it a little bit on Instagram and obviously TikTok. But what I wanted to talk about here was like the health ramifications, right? So, in terms of communication, if you actually struggle as an individual, and believe me, a lot of people do, if you struggle to actually say what it is that you mean, again, this could be for fear of like a conflict following, like an argument or something like that, or fear of escalation, like things getting much worse. I mean, I don't dispute this is definitely a risk, but my goodness, it shouldn't be that difficult to de escalate so it doesn't hit that level, right? It's just a matter of, I guess, taking control of the situation and recognizing when to pull the plug. Now, the reason I say this can affect your health, right? There's a number of ways. Again, if we go to either extreme when it comes to communication breakdown and challenges, if you're the kind of person who escalates really quickly and you become angry, again, this is really harmful on a consistent basis to your nervous system. Also, it pumps the adrenal glands, and so you're constantly pumping adrenaline through your system and cortisol and all the stress chemicals, right? So, again, obviously, that's not going to be good. On the flip side, if you're incredibly avoidant and dismissive, you're leaving all that stuff in. So you might think that you've dodged a bullet. And I think a lot of people who are a little bit more on the dismissive sort of side can think that, right? But what you've actually done is you're keeping it in. If you had an issue and then you're not talking about it, you think simply by not discussing it and trying to pretend that it didn't happen, that it'll go away. I promise you it doesn't. It sits there and it festers inside. And this is not good, right? This is not going to be good for you long term. And again, it results in the breakdown of connection, communication, and relationships, no matter what the relationship is. Because conflict is inevitable. You're at some point going to have an area where you have to have a discussion, and it can be unpleasant. So I did have communication readings if you feel like communication is a struggle for you. I don't remember if I've kept those, but if that's something you want, I can focus on that. I put this in a self love, building self love kind of category. So I can definitely help you do that if you feel like you struggle with the understanding of, I guess, how you deal with these things, because the more you deal with them and the better you deal with them, the more it increases self love.